I like to just take a really slow breath at the beginning of my videos, so if you find that happening and you want to join in, feel free. So this video, I just really wanted to do a quick one on absolute power corrupts absolutely. And this is obviously a quote from Star Trek. So funny because I literally never watched Star Trek when I was younger. And then in 2020, one of my friends said to me, Jess, you need to watch Star Trek Voyager, which I think is still the most recent one. He was like, there are so many codes in there. And I thought, oh my word, I need to watch it. And I watched it, and it's incredible, honestly, blowing. And that's only because, for me, there's so much truth in it. There's so much truth in it. The mission, everything, it's an amazing series, honestly. Anyway, I mean, that's not really a detour because actually this is the quote. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. So, welcome to the Great Awakening. This is this massive shift that we're all going through right now. Some people are aware of it, some people not so much. Some people will come into knowing, others might not. Maybe just not this time round. It's all in divine timing and divine right order, so it's all good. There's really nothing that needs to be freaked out about, and that is definitely a state of trauma, basically creating that. Yeah, there's so much to go into with that. That's a different subject anyway. Let me not go down that path. But basically, as you may have noticed already, the Matrix is absolutely falling and collapsing and colliding in on itself. This system that was founded in these blind, ignorant principles is being exposed. The veil is thinning so that we can truly see what is and has been happening on this planet and to us throughout this age. I don't know how long the age is, but the age is long. That's all I can tell you. And so really, we are witnessing it right now, front row seats. And all I wanted to say about it is that, we were run in this way where there was this thirst and greed for power, for money, for the physical attributes of life, right? And that is very obvious. We can see it. And, a lot of us knew this before. To the levels of what we knew, it goes really, really, really deep. And so, it does. And so we might have known it in one way, but maybe it didn't really affect us too much, just get on with it. But now what's happening is it's knocking on our door and it's saying, hello, it's time to enter. It's time to go in a little bit deeper to really witness this fall, the fall of the Matrix and the fall of the illusion, because this world and this reality is what a lot of people like to call, Buddhists call Maya, which means the illusion. We are told that this is the real reality, but actually this is the false reality. And there's more to it. And what's happening is when everything crumbles, that's where we're going, And so what I wanted to just share here is that, even though we might see these billionaires, these people with the money and the power and the greed, looks like they've got things under control, looks like they're going to take us down to this crazy timeline. It looks like that way, all that needs to be remembered is this quote. And this quote is so true. And I'm sure you can feel that yourself. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. What we are witnessing now is this corruption taking place right before our very eyes. And it's going to be difficult for us because we have to go through that experience practically, physically on this level. Everything is falling and it's crashing. The whole way the system was set up, money, the government or these structures that were created are coming to an end, and they are being completely exposed. And if you've been paying attention, you will know that in so many different ways, people and constitutions, institutions have been properly exposed, and that is just part of it. So this is just a quick note to just know and trust and remember that this is all part of this evolution that's taking place right now. In order for us to go back to our organic states of being, it requires the destruction and the revealing and this level of seeing what's been happening. This is part of the progress. It's part of the plan. It's part of where we are headed. Is just the destruction, basically. And we cannot go through this, and we cannot attain our, natural, organic, and highest potentials when we don't go through this. We have to go through this fall, this absolute destruction. It happens externally and it happens internally, and the internal part is our conditioning and our mental structures that has been created over years in our minds, in our bodies, all of this, and the conditioning of what we have been told, limiting thoughts, all of these different things. It's a complete destruction of it. And this is the journey, this is the process, this is the awakening, this is how it will unravel, and how it already is unraveling, as we can all see. And yeah, it can be really daunting, and you might be tuning into a bit of anxiety around it and these things. But this is, again, just a reminder, there's absolutely nothing to be afraid of, because this is part of the plan. And we're moving away from this way of living because it doesn't work, and it hasn't worked for a long time, and it only served the few. So where we're going is completely different. And it was only going to be a matter of time before absolute power corrupted absolutely, literally. There was only so much that it could handle. And the squeezing now is of these different energies coming together, and the time, it seems like they're so opposite, and of course they are, but at the same time they're all part of the one, and together they cause this surgence of energy to expand, so that we can go through this expansion in our beings and expansion in our consciousness, and of the real hard, deep truth. So yeah, man, absolute power corrupts. Abso-freaking-lutely. Let it all fall. Watch it. Just allow it to fall. It might be really difficult and it might be painful. It's true. This is what we might be feeling towards it. But just allow it to just absolutely crumble, so that amongst and within all of that, we can really just surge through and birth this new earth that we are all here to anchor in and to create. And that is literally what's up. And the more that we can anchor into our alignment and into our light and into exactly what we were here to be, the darkness is going to be echoed and mirrored back to us profoundly. And it's going to get crazier, and it's going to get darker, and it's going to get wilder as we get lighter and we get magnificent and we get into our expansion. It's, these dichotomies are kind of like what is playing out at the moment and has been playing out for so long. And the idea is that this is the battle of the darkness versus the light. This is it. And all it requires is for you to just stand in your light. Literally, that's it. Know who you are. Know your power. Know what you came here for. Every single one of us is here for this precise moment in time. How amazing is that? We are literally here for this moment in time. And it's us. Everything's going to crumble and fall. These structures are not going to be in place for us. There's no one out there that we need to rely on. There's not going to be anyone out there for us to rely on. It's us. It's down to us. It's down to us to pick up our tools, to pick up everything and walk this path, or everything that we need that's going to help us to stand into what we're here to birth, That's it. It's literally going to require us. So man, this is big. Remember, absolute power literally will corrupt, absolutely. Let them play their little games. Let them believe that they are going to overtake this world, that they're going to take us down to this AI transhumanism technocratic society. May they believe it. May they literally create what they ever wanted to create. Just let them, the revolution starts at home, and it starts here, and it starts in the subtle, what's happening again is this feminine energy that has been lost for so long is coming back, and it's here now. And all that means is that we are all, this is not about male or female or anything like that. All it means is that we are all anchoring in this balance in our bodies, and we are now able to anchor in this. It's a different kind of energy, and it's not requiring loud stomping on the ground action. It's actually kind of offering a different kind of intelligence, which is to just know who you are, stand in your power, not question any of that, not question yourself, not question it, and just walk forwards without having to rely on any of them other ones. Any of these other ones here, yeah? That's it. So with this knowing, may you go forwards and just remember who you are. Continue into practice, deepening into this remembrance, and allow yourself to free yourself from any fear that takes you into any other kind of projection of a future in fear. Anchoring in and designing and creating, visualizing and dreaming, and bringing a new kind of reality into this world.